What does it really mean to be a hero? Is it about grand acts of bravery, saving the world from destruction, or something much deeper? In a world filled with larger than life heroes, Frieren offers a refreshing perspective on heroism. It's not about prophecy or destiny, it's about the quiet, everyday moments where true heroism shines through. But can a hero be born, or does it take time for that heroism to awaken? Welcome to Exploring Frieren. Today, we're diving into what makes a true hero, using the characters of Frieren, particularly Stark and Himmel, as examples. These characters weren't molded by the world. They were born with the qualities that made them heroes, long before they even realized. The nature of heroism, born not made. Heroism is often seen as something earned, a reward for great deeds. The classic hero's journey is well-worn territory, but Frieren challenges this notion by asking, can you be a hero without need for a grand prophecy or external influence? Take Himmel, for example. He wasn't made a hero by external force or teaching. He became a hero because he lived by the values, care, kindness, and a desire to protect others. Himmel's heroism wasn't a product of circumstance. It was built on what he was always meant to be. His actions in Frieren aren't just about defeating monsters or completing quests. They're about a deep, unshakable belief in doing good for the sake of others, without the need for recognition. The same applies to Stark, whose heroism is derived by internal compass. He wasn't pushed into the role of a hero. He simply was a hero, driven by selflessness and a desire to protect. His natural alignment with the values of a hero is what ultimately leads him to become one, and doesn't need to be taught or prophesied into it. This shift in perspective is crucial. It moves the conversation away from heroism being something earned to heroism being something innate, something that is born within a person and gradually revealed through their actions. These characters don't need to be taught to be heroes. They simply are. They are born with the qualities that define true heroism. The hero's journey, the unseen path. We are all familiar with the hero's journey, where the protagonist is thrust into greatness, usually due to an outside force. However, Frieren presents a different view on heroism, one that doesn't rely on grandiose moments or external pressures. Himmel's path wasn't dedicated by prophecy. Instead, he walked the path of heroism because his values aligned perfectly with what heroism truly represents. This is true for Stark as well. His internal motivations drive him to protect others and help others, not because the world demands it, but because it's simply who he is. But here's the key question. Can heroes become heroes without external forces pushing them? In Frieren, the answer is yes. Both Himmel and Stark embody heroism at its core because they are naturally inclined to act with kindness, selflessness, and protection. Their actions aren't about proving something to the world. They're about staying true to who they are, even when the world might not be watching. This raises a deeper question. Is heroism a product of nature or nurture? In the case of Himmel and Stark, heroism isn't something they learnt, it's something they were born with. They were always destined to be heroes because their innate values aligned with the very essence of heroism. The unseen acts of heroism. One of the most profound aspects of Frieren is in its exploration of heroism through small moments. In most stories, heroes are defined by large, dramatic actions. Saving the world, defeating a villain, or completing a seemingly impossible quest. But Frieren challenges this idea by showing us that heroism isn't always about the big victories. Sometimes, it's about the quiet, everyday moments that impact people's lives in a meaningful way. Take, for example, a moment when Frieren and Stark clear an obstructed road. While Stark, ever the grander thinker, wants to use magic to bypass the road, Frieren argues that simply getting around the obstacle doesn't help the people who need to use the road in the future. She emphasizes a more sustainable approach, removing the trouble so that future travelers can pass freely. This moment encapsulates a fundamental aspect of heroism. It's not just about saving the day in the present. It's about thinking ahead, ensuring that the people you can help themselves eventually. A true hero doesn't just focus on the immediate victory. They consider the long-term impacts of their actions on others. The motivation of true heroes. What makes Himmel and Stark stand out is their motivation. They are heroes not because they've been pushed into the role, but because their values align with what heroism truly means. And this is where Frieren diverges from the typical hero narrative. For in Frieren, the character's motivations come from within. Himmel's motivation was driven by an innate desire to protect and care for others. Stark, too, was guided by his internal sense of justice and a need to help others. Both characters both embody heroism, not because they were chosen for a special destiny, but because their values aligned with what a hero truly is. In contrast, characters like Deku and Invincible have external influences shaping their heroism. Deku looks up to All Might, and Invincible is influenced by his father. Their motivations are driven by their desire to live up to a legacy. While these motivations are still powerful, there's something incredibly profound about heroes like Himmel and Stark, whose motivations are purely internal, shaped by who they are as people rather than who they are expected to become. Is heroism born or made? Ultimately, Frieren asks us to consider whether heroes are born or made. The truth is, both. While some heroes may be influenced by external forces, the true essence of heroism lies in the individual's ability to stay true to their values, to act selflessly, and to impact the world in a positive way, no matter the scale of their actions. In the end, heroism isn't just about saving the day or defeating a villain. It's about the quiet, everyday acts of kindness, selflessness, and compassion. It's about the choices we make, driven by internal values that define who we are as people. Frieren beautifully captures this in his portrayal of Himmel and Stark, heroes who are born with the innate qualities of heroism, and who show us that being a hero is less about grand gestures and more about the small, meaningful actions that make a lasting impact on the world. What do you think? Is heroism something that is innate with us? Or is it shaped by our experiences? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for a deep dive in anime characters and the true meaning of heroism.